Give him a second to ask back in. Thingy the ads. Yeah, let's try and solve something else right now. That's probably a good idea, clear our heads, but before we can do that, he withdraws his hand from your back and looks you eye to eye. You need to get your shit together. Yes, I do. Really do. Volumetric shit compressor. Nice. We should talk to the locals, find something else to do while the wind changes. It's pretty bad right now. Yeah. We see the fort. Oh, this is the fort tutorial. We should have had this one early. Okay, so we got a new fort here. That's very interesting. And it's a keep our shit together fort. Which is what I've sort of been looking for. I don't want to put too much dumb shit in his brain. Volumetric shit compressor. No research bonus. Your shit is apart and rather unbecoming of a cop and a human being. Supposed to be the opposite of that. Together compressed in a small area to achieve solid level of shit compression. Squeeze your butt cheeks together for 30 minutes. Do something similar with 2 hemispheres of your brain. Talk to people. Maybe that will help. Okay. Thing is, am I braining both of these at the same time? Well, okay, so consider this soul cube, right? Would you rather have your shit confined to your toilet or everywhere in your place? I mean, I guess. What about this then? A solid poo or a stream of whatever that goes everywhere? We almost got that one. So I don't know if this matters. If he's actually only braining the ones I click or how it works. Let's ask like that, see if it asks us everything. The point of my shit. Let's try and dick around with this thing. Is anything happening at this time of ass? 22. The pissing competition. The pissing match between the precinct, yours and things. Kim's asked Kim this about the inspect. After the initial inspection, we haven't managed to inspect it properly. Right? No. No! Do we have that as a quest? Yeah, fuck that. Door locked. Oh dear god. Main hall, building A. Oh dear god, that's loud ass. Yeah, we don't like that guy very much. An off-key melody starts playing for you after ringing the doorbell, then a woman picks up the receiver. Kuno, please stop calling here. Grown-ups don't have time for your stupid games. Fucking Kuno. This is the police. Please open the door. I'm sorry, officer. I thought you were the spot of static, your writer words. But the doorbell's broken and the bookstore shouldn't even be on the list anymore, so I can't help you. Please don't call again, thanks. Andrew Orlando Hair Saloon? Fucking thing. Loud. Boxing for young athletes in gym. Static, no one answers the call. 24-hour window? Let me just check if both of these are going up. I didn't see if that thing was... I think both of them are. Like that. Yeah, all men in the it's like when someone knocks on a door outside my door. There's 3 doors right there, so no one knows who the fuck is being knocked at. Ah! Emma's Fashion Aletia. Please not the noise again. Ah! No one answers. Fibron's Taxi. The rest has been burned off. Taxidermy? Maybe? Looks like someone has melted half the plastic with the light. The doorbell doesn't work anymore. Slipstream Scar? Ah! Someone's picked up the receiver but isn't saying anything. Huh? You can almost hear them breathe. Hello? This is tricentennial. Tricent's an asshole, right? We don't like those. Yeah. Or like a church bell that's a massive inflated bagpipe and it's deflating. It's this is woman's crack, fragile, crackling and fragile through the static. Have you come to place an order? Max speed. Wait, but what happened to Slipstream Scare? There's no transcendent electrics on the list. Yeah, I missed that. We clicked something and got something else. Transcendent electrics? This was Slipstream SCA. My god. Ten Exchange says, look with you? Sorry? It's you. My god, I didn't think I would hear your voice again. What? It's a woman and she knows you. Your heart beats faster. God damn it, electrochemistry. She must be mistaking you for someone else. Reaction speed asses. No, something's wrong here. You're sure she's talking to you? Are you sure she's talking to you? Do we know each other? Michael, just please. He stops, and you can hear breathing heavily. Her breath distorted by ancient static. Sounds like a ghost. Wind blows through your clothes, and you feel detached from your surroundings. Inside the buildings. I wish I knew which volume slider that stuff was. If it's environment or weather. What the fuck? Might be environment. I don't know. Let's try and ask it down a little bit. A cold memory hangs. Why did you even call? I don't understand. You've been gone for months. She sounds like she's shaking. I thought you didn't care. No, that might actually be true, Soulman. We've seen that in other games. Anytime, like the voice slider is usually sounds that come from people, and depending on how the game does it, if it's like position based, seagulls might have the voice coming from them, so they'll go on the voice thing because they're technically like an NPC or something. It's weird. Are we Harry? We keep saying we're Harry. Are we actually Harry? Yeah, fine, man. We're not fucking Jack Daniels. Paul Daniels, maybe. See, we were called Harry before. I think we can sort of adopt a name, and I think we kind of stick with which one we adopt. This was what the other guy called us, who didn't actually have any information on us. So I don't think that is. Michael, was it? We haven't thought about that. Gililemo, the thingy-mo? Okay, that thing is going, so they're all going. He was million something, he was basically Michael. Hold on, tell me what's going on. What did I do? Ever since I came to work here, it's been different, as if my mind's been wiped clean. Yeah, Guy Lulame. A spot of static overrides her words. She speaks again, it sounds like she's submerged. It's so nice. It's nice to be able to finally forget. So I'm gonna hang up now. She sounds like she's about to cry. The cold is deep under your skin, as if you were talking to someone who's 100 years away. somewhere inside the building, water is flooding the cellar door. Hello? She doesn't answer. Are you still there? Silence. The only thing you can hear now is the static away is washing ashore on the bay. What just happened? Another seagull passes by. It's getting cold standing here staring at silent box calls. I don't know what happened either. If Lieutenant expects a doorbell. Probably stop playing with this thing. Alright, goodbye then. Oh, we have a volition. Slipstream CSA. So we can't. Let me just Google. Do we have any? We don't have any clothes or shit that adds to volition, do we? I don't think so, but let's try it. Oh, we did. Whatever she says, it can't hurt you. You're a different person now, stronger, healthier, and alright, maybe not healthier, but it's a bonus that you drank so hard that you don't remember any of your past relationship. Oblivion's the ace in your corner. Call her again. There's the Jesus Christ. There's the static again, whispering like a seashell passing against the ear. Jesus Christ. Fuck, shut off. Yeah, goddamn. I wonder if that's voice or something. Might be UI, I don't know. I don't want all the other sounds to be inaudible. Translate the same voice you heard before, place an order. Last time we talked there was some confusing, got me mixed up with someone else. My god. Come to bad vibes again. Relax, distance yourself from it. What? For instance, it's you. Oh my god, I didn't think I'd hear your voice again. Is this a recording? Wait. Michael, please. It doesn't matter what you say. I'm saying it's going to continue. Is it over? Say nothing. Then it hits you. You're recording. Go ahead, ancient recording. Cry then. Hang up the call. Well, we got smarter. Fortress accident scare. Yeah, I think this is the UI. Irrational ice unit. Silence, no one answers. Main hall. Whirlings in rags. They don't want to talk to you. Delta Pinball, entrance from building B. Empty card. Button looks new, but someone has removed the card name. Nothing happens when you try and ring it. Button looks new, probably not connected yet. He takes a step back, inspecting the other names on the thing. Okay. How's the brain coming along? Almost assing here. 6 minutes, and we will have our shit compressed. Now this might actually be bad. We'll have to pay a skill point to get rid of it, but let's see. Maybe I can open this if I equip my bullshit. Well, maybe it's a tutorial that shows you how to remove them as well. In that case, as... The men said you can make Columbo as well. Like, the FAQ says basically you can make any kind of detective that you can think of from TV show. Columbo, fucking Kojak, Bojangles. I don't know. Book on the future. Government reads mind using radio technology. That's one of the stupid things we could have said. Book about Boinadero culture, promotes freedom and roaming upstream. Oh, don't understand what's about. Just notice it seems important. Takes willpower to even read the author's name. Jan Kaus from Ignoatia. What? This book's about pate. Oh, score. Rose, pistol, and a half-naked dame on the cover. This appears to be erotica, but without actual erotica. Damn you, David Duchovny. On the cover of this book is a very muscular man surrounded by flames. Shamdol? Yes, man from Shamdol and the wildfire. Oh, yes. My fucking favorite. Come on, shit. Be compressed. 6 minutes. Hold up, kid. I'm the police.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open.
Wait, what? Hello.
Are you interested in a new and exciting book?
Okay, so that is that slider. I was worried that was UI. I am the law. Yeah, I think we have some skills that, like, you can be socially retarded. What kind of store is this anyway?
It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books, postcards, and some board games. It's called Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
I'd like this to be a little louder, but then we meet people like Kuno that just blows the speakers out. You can Judge Dredd, I think. Judge Dredd is actually one of the people they mentioned in the FAQ as a build option. Or at least his personality. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on. Your horse's little girl? Challenging his failure. What? I forget what the FAQ says. It's something about being a dry justice asshole that doesn't give us much of a shit about anything with people. It's just like, this is the law, you're fucked. I'm by the book to a fault. I don't give a shit about anything. I think they explained it by a character that had a lot of authority, and I think volition as well, and composure. So he just never cracked, and he just but he was sort of Ricardo with people. What is a book? Yeah. I'm not gonna hang out with electrochemistry. Kimdo, that's alright.
That is a book. They have stories inside them. It's like someone told you a story in a really long letter.
What's a postcard?
A postcard is a small cardboard picture. You can write a few words on the other side and send it to your friend or beloved.
I like how we have memory loss, but we can ask these questions as well. Some things that you would obviously fucking know as the player. And it's not just, like, about the setting. I don't know if we can read. What's a board game?
Board games are like little games on a table, made to pass the time. There are several different ones, but sailors here mostly buy cards.
Tie them.
My pleasure. Anything else you'd like to know?
Oh, my shit's compressing. Come on, 3 minutes. A little more talk. Tell me, ask you some questions here.
Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
What is your name? My name is Annette, sir. My mom is called Placenta. Oh, wasn't that one of the people we got through? Yeah, the bookstore. Okay. Yeah, she seems alright. She seems cold out here, though. Give her some matchsticks. She can light 7 of them and then die. Minding the register, organizing the stock. Wait, we got that lady when we buzzed up the gym, I guess? The girl gazes at the window, then suddenly jolts her eyes wide as if recalling something. Feel free to step in and browse the wares. Standing out here in the cold because I'm signaling that the store is open. He nods eagerly. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. Learning the value of hard work. I could help by brutally dismantling the free market. Maybe I should have a word with the store owner. This doesn't sit well with my ass. Now, if we do, like, we can. Some of these are funny, but if we do them, I'm trying to take this character in a certain direction when we built him. We're basically trying to get our shit together and not be a completely crap person, which mainly involves apologizing and trying to undo a bunch of the crap we did. And a lot of these, I think, lock us into certain things. Like, I think a lot of those sort of, it's trying to make us shove us into some political ideology, I think. So patting her on the head for being like child worker out here would free market us, I think. Plus, I'm rolling with our failures here. No scummery, so she's only been in school or something. I'm happy to help Mom by luring in the customers. She stands upright and smiles a little like a little soldier. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum bottle to keep me warm. I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mom keep the place running. What is school anyway? Fucking hippie. Isn't school more important than this? Oh, fraud breakthrough imminent. Mom says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mom says a proper worker is dutiful and that's how you get ahead in life. You succeed. I think we're kind of steampunk 50s or something. There's stress and unease behind those words. She's reciting etiquette. How's the business going? Mom says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being, she looks over her shoulder, cursed. Inland Empire. Behind you, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second, some size, and some kind of doubt in her tense shoulders. Ooh. Cursed in what way? Cursed in a way that makes them say no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go, she's looking for the word, bankrupt. Exactly. But we've been doing fine so far. That sounds rather serious. I should probably look into this. This is where we Nigel. Not because we believe in curses, which apparently can be real if we have enough Inland Empire, which also might just be us imagining it. But I think that this might... If there's something going on here, it's probably something other than a curse. So us just dismissing it as not real, but going to investigate and finding the real cause is more interesting to me. Fucking Finland. There's a lot of Finnish in this game, apparently. Probably look into this. We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case, but I don't see much more to look into here. The lieutenant makes a note in this notebook. Yes, yes, she chirps. Please go look at our wares inside. The postcard, the board games you asked about are also in there. What do you know about the other failed businesses? Nothing really, sir. Mom doesn't allow me to sneak around the back rooms of the cellar. She looks a bit disappointed. I don't really know what's there. How does this curse manifest yourself? It does not manifest itself in any way. It does not exist. I liked it better when we were talking about whether it's appropriate to stand out in the freezing weather. But Kim, the plasmatic manifestations. Fine, I'll show you. The girl looks back and forth between two. Anything else you want to talk about? Stroke chin. Enough about the curse for now. But let's ask out to see what this is before we talk more. Volumetric shit compressor. Let's see what this does. Fitting picture. Learning cap for endurance raised to 4. Score! It's one more than we had. Besides scientific news from Referral West today, police officer shit has been observed at a pressure of around 495 gigadecimals. The metallic hydrogen levels of shit togetherness were thought to exist only in the center of collapsing stars, not law official. It retains to be seen how long the shit together singularity lasts. Score. That's actually not that great. Learning cap 1 up. Which means that we got all the checks unlocked again. Which is nice, but considering we don't have that much room here, this might be a not so good one, but having our shit togetherness might actually help in the old dialogue if it gives us some ass personality. Let's go ass around with the corpse for a second here. It will definitely help in checks, but it's like we have limited room for stuff. We'll see. Okay, let's see if we're any better here today. Oh, +6 shit compressed. I think it's basically from that fort rather than the more stat. 83. We're gonna fuck this up again, aren't we? As you breathe in, the odor comes over you. It's a spell of mine telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. Your hands at your sides, and your eyes squinting. You stand in it. Did you always do that? They do after 7 days. Yes, we're deep in decomposition here. The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enamel boots. Those boots look really weird, like some sci-fi shit. Skin is greenish, marbled with decay veins and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. Oh, that's what that is. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears to be industrial strength. Oh, that's what that is. Inspect the boots. The material appears to be ceramic. It's clean, white, stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. Fine array of interlocking plates cover them. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to you and the world around you, out of place somehow. They are clearly not boots, they're armor, possibly part of a larger set. These aren't just boots, are they? This is some armor he was stripped of. Indeed, with his notebook under an arm, the lieutenant crouches to inspect the soles. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots. What kind of armor is this exactly? Maybe? I don't know. The oxygen light, this is where the make would be. Where? Under the heel, fair weather, he turns the boot slightly. Fair weather model T500 VE, I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is some advanced stuff. Where's the rest of this? Scavenged by the locals? God damn it. Fucking electrochemistry. He nods piece by piece. He's been out here for 7 days. It would be odd if they didn't. Where's the rest of the armor? We should keep lookout for those pieces of the armor could yield information. He nods towards Kuno, who's eyeing you suspiciously. This is one thing he might actually know. Maybe. Oh yeah, that guy. Maybe he's just wearing those boots and not the rest of the armor. I understood, we're not dumb. Times hanging on the phone. Say the material looks out of place here. It is expensive. Lieutenant draws lines at the condensation on the ceramic with his index finger. We requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabulary deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics. How much are we talking about? For a full set, about 4 years of wages. That's a lot, I take it. As the wage is regrettably small, but for the piece of hardware, yes, that's a lot. How could this man afford such expensive hardware? That's for us to find out. He checks his notes. Mr. Gart implies he was security personnel for the harbour company. This confirms my own assumptions. Initial report. Just something I scraped together from my station. An area report in the mayonnaise. I'm sure you did the same. It's pretty advanced for a security guard. I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford. Knock on a boot. A small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping the side of a porcelain cup. Sounds fragile. It's anything but. This material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally from plate to plate, dissipating it entirely. He points to the boots. See? Faint organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller ones until there are hundreds of them all together. Like some scaly shit. Like the scales of some ancient white monster, cracked and pearly. Thank you, Inland Empire. Inland Empire is basically Nigel. Pull the boot off. This feels dangerous, are you sure? This thing's also perilous. Grab the boot under your arm. Stench fills your nostril. He puts down. The ominous creaking sound comes from above. Stop. The Lieutenant's voice is sharp. It looks at you with the boot under your arm. He's gonna pull his head off. Oh yeah. Brutal. What? Let go of the boot. What's wrong with you, asshole? Why is he letting go, Kuno? I don't know, baby. Kuno shrugs. I don't know why he's such a... I don't know why fag is always censored. I think fag and rape they censor, but all the other, like, clusterfuck and dick ass and shit like that's just still in. It seems odd. Either go full hog or not. We're trying to achieve by pulling the deceased foot. Not really anything. It is censored on Twitch, yeah. I fucking inspect the belt. Hangman's knot is pulled tight the way the corpse below. Yellow hard edged polyester cuts into the neck above. A sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch. What kind of rope is that? Industrial strength, the kind they use for tying cargoes to lorries. Like in the harbour. Yes. It looks like they used whatever on hand, paying no attention to what to incriminating themselves. Sounds like ass. I'm assuming the dock workers from the harbour did it. I'm still approaching this as a lynching, yes, motivated by the ongoing strike. Probably raises an eyebrow at you. I feel like it was something else. Yes, he covers his nose. It often is. The belt worries me. I still wanted him to stay there. The polyester seems strong. It's not merely polyester, it's steel reinforced. Rises to inspect the noose. See those lines? Is where the wires run. I see rabbits for more than 20 strands. How do you even get them up there? A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around. Points at a buckle. Points at a buckle tying the belt to the branch above. Yeah, so they probably, like, a grown man would not be able to climb this. The thing he said. So they probably had a kid go up there and do that. Although Kuno said he would die if he tried as well. Noose is one of those things. Did they climb up using the kid's ladder? A ladder can't carry a grown man. I don't see any splintering either. Did you? I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled the belt to close. Makes a pulling motion. Maybe. Medium success. Could be the shape of the branch supports the theory. Alright. Inspect the tattoos. Indicate a blue line stretch across the torso from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in the crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddles the skin. Their concentration is of highest around the heart. His corpse is marked by stars. Fuck's sake, Inland Empire. Visual calculus is cool. We're not that great at it, sadly. We put skills in it, but our brain is only 2. What mine be marked by? Alcohol and heartbreak. Is this a national pattern? Of no nation that I know of. If anything, it reminds me of religious illumination. Last or penultimate century, men live harsh lives, often turn to inocentric worship. But which one? I see no trace of a humanoid figure. Good man. We're missing something here. I agree. A sudden ring fills the air. The lieutenant pulls down the zipper of his orange jacket. He wears a wide leather belt around his waist and a gun holstered on his arm. Takes a thin piece of milled aluminum from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. Small lens appears, some sort of camera. What's that? Triggered Sunshine Mini. Shit, Kuna, what the fuck's that? An instant color camera. He reproduces 2 small metal capped ampules and clicks them into place on the side of the apparatus. A thin slot shines there. I have 2 ampules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one. Points the camera at the corpse, peering into it, and lens needs adjusting then. Oh damn. Oh, look at him. A sound, a shrilled flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampule of glass. You see streams of color pour into the thick, glossy piece of ass. The paper rolling out. On it, a color-perfect copy of the dead man's tattooed chest. In case we need it, the lieutenant says and shakes the paper, letting it dry in the cold wind. Cool machine. Yes. He slides the camera closed and tucks it away in his belt. It's cool, pretty cool, isn't it? It is. There's only 1 ampule left. Use it wisely. What do we need this photo for? Contains insight into the victim's person. By his build, I'd say it was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter to us. Someone could decipher it. We need to show it around. The guy pissed off, I guess. Can I have it? I should look at it later with that corpse smell. Sure, just don't lose it. He hands you the piece of rolled up photo paper. It's no larger than a pack of cigarettes. Let's just leave for a second. I want to see what the breakthrough thing does. Actually, no. Leave it for a second. Whoop. Hey, Kuno, stop tossing. Yeah. Oh, it gets 1. Damn. Perception raised to learning cap for perception raised to 5. Well, we already had it at 6. Speed gives 1 physical. Speeds gives 1 what? As in if we eat drugs. Here we go. Home awaits, walk past station 41. Through the market, past the Boogie Street spearhead. To the other side of the lake, the frozen eye at the center of the district, past the video rental store on the corner. Yeah, I hope that's not what it means. What does that mean? Then past the video rental store there. And the speed frame. You no longer live there. Those times are gone, and so are those people. Why did you come here? Why are you still here? Now where's the dealer? You need to get back to work. That's all you have now. I think we had this on free before, yeah. That thing was basically useless to us. Yeah, we had 3 in that already. Open Oolus. Let's give it a wait. Look him in the eye. The man's eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from his sockets. There's no one home, just subaquatic terrors there. His eyes used to be blue, babby blue. Inland Empire, we can talk to a dead dude. Dark brown hair grows on his face. His face is ready to explode from organic process inside. The Death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess. I don't think we wasted it. I think we remembered where we lived or something. We might have gotten something on the map. I don't know. Let's fucking do it. Oh shit. Corpse is dead silent. You have no idea why you just said that. Who is he? He's male, 40-50, athletic build. Damn it. 10 more. Oh, I don't want a Nigel though. Yeah, it's basically Nigel. His eye used to be blue. Good, the victim of Occidental descent. He just scribbles his notebook. Light brown hair, blue eyes. Occidental. I mean white, okay. Squint and take a step back. Now your eyes that see the monster before you blurs into a violet mess of green and pink. This is a trick, you've done it before. Pink is where the blood settled. First hours post-mortem. You can use it to see if the corpse has been tampered with. Does his position at the time of death match the discoloration? Oogled. Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck just above the noose. The rest are... The corpse appear to be dark green. Cold spring air. His face and hands are pink. Thighs too. I see it just as glass as his neck too. Livid gone right up his chin. We have good, well-pronounced discoloration here. Relax eyes. The monster comes back into focus. An explosion of color. Coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears purgante with something. Black liquid streams down his thigh and onto his boot. Poo. I think he's dead. Yeah, I think it was upright. Agreed upon the belt, especially the neck. The belt acted as a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. Half stasis supports a hanging. Could it be he was still moved after death? It's always a chance. We could check for ligament marks on his neck to see if they're in tune with the belt. We'll have to get him down first. Something's coming out of him. He's done the poo. Pool of blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet. Purged liquid is dripping into it, drop by drop. The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion at the time of death. The fuck you saying? Talking about shit. What? I wish there was an option to turn off the sensor thing. Yeah, toilet sometime before death. Doesn't really want to dwell on it too long. Back in Holy Birth. So how do we get him down? Get here? Yes, boys. Oh, meow. Little meow. Little lady saying meow. Where you at, boys? Kitty. Come here. Oh, I caught you. Kitty. 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 There we go. Kitty. Kitty. He stops to think and checks his notes. Are you sure we finished preliminary examination of cadaver? Might miss some things. Step back, having a look. Let's leave. I want my inland ass up a bit again. So by thinking about where we live, we found out that we used to be a fiend, which isn't really great. Kuno might know shit though. Kanto or whatever. Please don't yell.
Fuck, does Kuno care?
Damn it, Kuno. More questions about the crime scene? The body. What's the rest of his armor? Kuno doesn't give a shit about the armor. How come? Kuno's fucking got one big thing wrong with him. He's a fucking mutant. A mutant? Look at him. Points at the body. Fucking growth hormone shit. He's a giant. The armor was too big for any man. He drills his temple with his fingers. Some strange aggressive gesture. Kuno doesn't give a shit about that freak armor. Kuno threw that shit away. What do you mean threw it away? Yeah, it's true. Kuno tried to get the helmet on. It was too big. He performs a kick off on the imaginary helmet. Look at him. Kuno kicked that shit in the sea, rugby style. That shit means nothing to Kuno. You threw it in the sea. Yeah, that shit means nothing to Kuno, he repeats. Kuno doesn't give a shit about material shit. Kuno's a fucking monk. Oh, I see. You wanna fuck on someone about that armor? Don't fuck that mustachioed union, fuck. The jolly troubadour shit at the gates. What do you mean troubadour? Yeah, cock and boots. You know that jolly union cow fucker came here talking big about cows and some shit. Came around pretending he cares about the cows. Boots and jolly smile. You mean Manan? Oh, that guy. Yeah, he's the one you want to talk to. He's fucking crazy about that armor shit. Coming here pretending like he likes cows, trying to catch a peep with Kuno's armor. Yes, this troubadour has it. You can feel it. Right, Kuno? Banan. Yeah. Oh, kitty. Let's go have an oogle in the near the sea. I kind of want to be thinking about some of this shit, but I'm not sure what. We never really know if any of this is actually good to us. I mean, sheer compressor's alright. We get one more endurance, but it's just a learning cap. Well, we have White Morning. I have no fucking idea what the hell that does. Yeah, the problem is time only passes when we do things, so having none of these going. Yeah, it does sound like it. Let's go try and see if we can oogle to see. I think finger pistols is probably one of those. We want to be a superstar cop or some stupid shit like that. He keeps talking about. And I would prefer not to be an idiot. I think one of the paths you can go is where he's just basically a booze fiend that thinks of himself like some sort of, I don't know, dumbass. Samaritan butter, Saxon Canal, 2 ugly lions, Canton's body. But yeah, it probably does make a so-so. Keeping it open, that's out of order. What, Samoan butter? Whatever it is, the boy in the billboard seems very happy about it. Attempt to reconstruct what happened here. 72, we're gonna fuck it up. Yeah, oh no. Oh, this is the car from before. Yeah, we saw that something drove up there. Judging by the size of the impact on a parallel burn of rubber, what caused probably a motor vehicle. Okay. Damn that thing. That's the one that backed into the fence over there as well. Hold on, I hear meow. Someone wants food. Ugh, I picked up Boyce, you wanted to tap, and then I ate a cookie. Now I have cat hair. Ugh, hold on. Sorry, a second. Oh, sorry about that. These cars seem a lot less shit than you'd imagine. Goddamn, look at the crater. The slipstream mark indicated the vehicle was travelling up the crater at 45 kilometers an hour. Oh, a proper system, right? Move for the shack. Black marks. Roof indicates vehicle vaulted from the crater. Roof the thing. Look at the sloping metal roof panel. Oh, look at this little acceleration arse. Panel serves as a takeoff ramp. Broken posts. Vehicle soared through the air, hitting the billboard and upsetting the posts, where it continued its flight, taking the billboard with it. Look at sign. Sign broke the vehicle's fall into the canal. Look at the opposite bank. Still speeding, the vehicle made a loop and vanished into the fog onto the coast. What was the model of the phantom vehicle? Did we see one of these broken down asses back there? Was that said to be any model? The Caprice 40 or the G22? What do we think? Do any of you remember what the one we had over there was? There was one in the ass. I think we looked at it and it said what make it was. Did it look anything like this? Don't know if we get another go. Oh, we can ask, I guess. Why the thingy? It's about the right size, and the tire marks came from the skinny tires frequently found on that motor carriage. Why the linear? Those sturdy or light motor carriage seem the most likely to survive the jump. Now, you'd have to follow the tracks to be sure. Blink, leave. Okay. Lieutenant looks on, waiting for you to wrap up your analysis. Oh, we can talk to him. Hello.
Any theories about what happened here?
Some top shelf shenanigans. Looks like someone was in a hurry. What kind of car do you think it was? I think it was probably the lighter one then. He seems depressed, that's quite likely. From what I can tell. You have any ideas who it might have been? Yes, I have some. Oh, I do. I was. Oh, okay. I need to come up with some stuff. We're not traffic cops. Shall we get back to the murder? To bring this driver to justice. If we must. I'm not expecting him to get far with this, the lieutenant consoled himself. What a man. Yeah. Did we get the ding ding? One more. Oh, Kitty, I can't press the button with you here. We were down here looking for the, to see if we could find where Kuno kicked the fucking thing into the sea. Kitty. Oh yeah, there was him vandalizing it. Oh, kid, you're so awkward. This guy doesn't start trouble, he fixes it. Hmm. Maybe this could help us, the one that actually works to Google. Hmm? Oh, we Googled this one already. I thought this was the one that worked. I'm gonna put some sense in this just to see if we can see the thing, or if it's the same shit. No. Damn it. I thought we might be able to scan for bullshit. Which one was this? Oh, kitty. Ugh. In the dimming light, some things become clearer? Huh? Hmm. Ass. I always kept looking at this wall every time we passed by. Sorry. Oh, I can actually ask over here. Where the kid is. Well, the girl there, Kuno said he'd kill us if we tried to ass around with her. So let's not try to talk to her from here. Some fucking guy. Garden hose. Was it snowing when we first came out here? I don't remember. Chairs and tables. Eaten, rain and rot. Another ass of bullet holes on the wall. Orange. Bum hat. Reaction speed. Rhetoric. Yeah, that's my thinking, Solvin. Shit, we have to pay our bullshit soon. I don't have the money. I far from have the money. I also haven't asked anyone for any bullshit. Closed door, you look at it suspiciously. Ah, fuck. I haven't googled that yet. Nah. Google this. Anchor eyes, it's like small staffing. I guess for reference if we forget. Locked? Probably. Nah. Check the greenhouse maybe. Nothing appears on the oogly. Why is my computer sounding like it's trying to... Uh-oh. Are you not VSync? Are you rendering in 50 million frames or something? There's a door there. Wonder if we even have an ass. kid, what's the meaning? Hmm. Hmm. Kitty. Fuck's sake. Hmm. I mean, should we ask through all of these? Hmm. I know. We have a stats thing, so boys, stop your... Hmm. I thought the clipper was... Where's the goddamn thing? I thought there was supposed to be an ass or something. Oh, we lost the bonus, the temporary bonus, thinking about bullshit. God damn. Hmm. What was that again? Yeah, base 2-5. So we could have had garbage perception and still asked. God damn. And the whirling is much bigger than this sloop. Hello, boat guy. Oh, hold on. Joyce Messier, a striking woman, leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat. Smiling as you approach, her green wrinkle glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Good evening, officers. I'm Joyce.
Stentana
Joyce
greasing.
L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
Oh, that's a negotiate lady. God damn, I had a fort and I accidentally didn't click it properly. You shake a hand, it's only polite.
I'm glad to see you here.
Her grip's tight and cold. Like steel, there's strength there. If she wanted, she could sink her nails deep into your skin.
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
Or tie
That
them.
is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
Oh, thank you. It happens quicker than you decided. Did Lieutenant just wink at you?
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group.
You're on a boat. Well done. You seem rich. Can I have some money? That's all for now. Hold on. Let me just have the fort we had around our head. Where is it? Where the hell is it? We had a blue thing around our head briefly there. Damn it. Don't be forever gone. Come on.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
You know something about these tattoos? That's the man who was killed. He almost takes the photo, but then stops. I'm afraid this is discussing for once we cleared up the lynching question. How's you looking at this photo title of lynching? Better not to tie the forestay on the backstay for this. I hope there's something else I can help you with. Tell me about Wild Pines. what we do, I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. It's a giant undertaking. So what do they do? The Pines' core competency is logistics, container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. Points a small dot on the horizon. See that airship there, blinking? Those are the shipping sides of things. Then to the east towards the harbour, there's the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and exploration, offshore platforms. How much money does Wild Pines have? Not at liberty to discuss the company balance sheet. Kitty, for fuck's sake. Yeah, I'm the law. You on a boat? Not at liberty to discuss the company balance sheet. I tell you that the last year the company booked more than 20 billion real in revenue. Alright. A billion? What? Oh, we are brain dumbed out. Wow. 20 billion is a large number, but the conglomerate employs 72,000 people. Yeah, stupid brain. They all need to be paid. There are capital improvements, investment payments. Is a wave hits the slope. She grasps the mainstay for balance. Conglomerate decides that the Wild Pines is like a shark. It stops moving, it will die. Then what becomes of those 72,000 families? Where does Wild Pines get all these billions? They started as an exploration and cargo fleet, conducting trade between the Samoan and Insulindian Isolola. 250 years ago, when the Pine ship explored the South Senemies and chartered the Lo Man Fang on behalf of the Susariat. Fuck's sake. All these fucking things. Centuries of care, deliberation and madness have gone into this endeavor. Vessels pass through the great unrest to re-emerge with apricots in tow. The logic of the system is totalizing, is taking everything from its employees to build it. Also, there's such a huge system, what would a place like that? This, you mean aside from being a terminal's legal owners, she gives you a little smile, who are responsible for moving 8% of the world's cargo. Like in communist again. 8% of all the cargo in the world, that's quite the endeavor indeed. Oh, a fort? She nods forcefully. That Wild Pines, fellows, name is Verolians, no, springs to your head. St. Louis mention Wild Pines, world monopolies, octopuses and swordfish, most of them gone now. Blah blah blah. Welton Escott, but isn't one missing? Wait, no, there are only 14. Then why do you feel like there's a 15? It's indoctrinable. That seems important. But it doesn't really give us anything, and it sits there. These things are worded in such a way that I have no idea whether or not they're good or bad, or what sort of bullshit it is, but I guess that's forts for you. So you know what's forcefully? There are minor cogs in the system. No minor cogs in the system. Each terminal must be accounted for, lest the entire system break. Every hiccup is such. The system means thousands lose their job the world over. I'm here to assure that doesn't happen. Suggestion, with your help. Hopefully, says a warm tone. You can tell me about the strike. Everything, she smiles right up to, but not including trade secrets. Damn it. What is your role in this precisely? I believe the official title is Senior Labor Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I rely on the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines' counter offer. And how are the talks going? They're not. That's the problem. The union all stopped negotiations a week ago after that awful lynching took place. Wait, she admitted that the lynching and the strike are connected. Now that they won't even let me into the harbour, there's a 2.20 meter racist behemoth blocking the gates. Tell us more. So the strike is connected to lynching. Eisenhower, yes, I believe there is a connection, but that is a subject for later. Tell us about the behemoth. That's true, Pond. What can I say? The Onion employs a giant covered in tattoos, he pauses. A racist giant? I guess that's part of the big tent organization now. How are the talks going before the lynching? I like how the game is very clear about what continues dialogue usually. Wait or hold on means we ask more questions before moving on. It's proceed to proceed. So we know when we're locking ourselves out of stuff. Let's say I was not making that kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived. And when did you first arrive? I arrived 3 weeks ago, she thinks. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay is still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM. He looks at his notes, but the strike began in December. I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare. The union boss, Mr. Clare, refuses to speak with Gaumont despite concessions he's granted the union in prior negotiations. This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike. Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and the medical plan. This time the demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive. What happened to this Gaumont? Claire told him, how do I put this? Paused to compose herself. Fuck off, midget. Not cool. Keep in mind this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the union. What are their demands? There are leaflets everywhere and banners. What did they say again? Oh yes. Every worker a member of the board. Oh right, yeah. Give everyone in a boat an oar. And the boat will definitely go somewhere. It seems like they have no idea about business. In its defense, another said, demand democracy, pretty tame stuff compared to every worker member on the board. Most of them probably don't even know what that means. Fortunately, they explained it. Every time the Wild Pine Group makes a decision about anything, it needs the signature of each of the 2,200 workers in the Martinez terminal. Yeah. Kitty. Just so you understand, this is but one of the 22 terminals owned by the Wild Pines, essentially. Not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of, to think about, employee of the Wild Pines Group. I don't really want to commit to either of these. Like, it's either fuck workers or be a communist and fuck everything up. So let's not, what are you going to do? I'm not sure. Naturally, I assumed that there was just the opening position, hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the same nonsensical slogan repeated over and over. Yeah, that's a good question. And now people are getting lynched, I hear, behind the whirling in rags, a disastrous situation if there was one. Excuse me, the lieutenant looked up on his note. From who did you hear about this lynching? Her reply comes quick. I first heard it from the boya at the gates, the one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think it was call me tomorrow. I see. This checks out. Okay, so he asked her. That's the guy who took the armor. What do you think of Everett? Everett Clare's a man of the utmost integrity. If you ever say if you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the interest of the workers first. Really? Of course not. Everett is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, vicious goo where I have blood. You and I have blood. Yeah, fuck that guy's chair. If you were to prick him with something sharp, you could see it oozing out. A knife, maybe. No, rape. Fucking hand-eye coordination, wanting to just stab a guy. That's him, alright. He's the most corrupt individual I have ever seen. and I deal with men like him for a living. Is there anyone more venal, more irredeemable, nepotistic? It's his twin brother, Edgar. I remember hearing something about Edgar. Have you seen him? No. Edgar looks exactly like his brother except for the lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everett does. And when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over. That's how they circumvent the term limits. I bet there isn't one. With a funny little switcheroo, while in office they embezzle God knows how much of their workers' dues. It's probably the same guy. It's not a brother. What about Union itself outside Brothers Clare? The Debradinius Union was once perfectly normal institution 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under Emergency Act, but they did, and I respect that. See, adjust her hair. Organized labor is at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections, and the Brothers Clare came and transformed it into, how do you say, she hesitates, looking for the right expression. A mob, Lieutenant says succinctly. The Debaroders are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, we're forced to cooperate with them. Refreshingly honest, officer. She nods. The company has tried to appeasing them in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Everett and his brother. He turns to you. In your opinion, detective, if I may ask, I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. He explained. Would you say the Debaroders Union is? Well, so I think a union is of course a good idea, but I'm not sure if she means in the current state or in general. Yeah, I want to say this, but that's like ideally not the way it is right now. What do you think, man? Have I missed something? Yeah, but she just talked about how the union was good before, but then those two went in, and then it became a corrupt piece of shit, and now she asks our opinion on it. But I don't know. I don't know if she's referring to the union in its current state with those two at the head, or the union as it should be. That's the problem here. Yeah, Kim said that, but he also said up here, like, was a perfectly normal institution 20 years ago. Not easy, blah, blah. Yes, Kitty? Yes. Something happened and they transformed it into a thing. Yeah, he mentioned that right after she says that it was asked around. Let's not have an opinion, I guess. Of course, officer. Scabs at the gate, did you put them there? The scabs? She raises her brow. You mean the huddled masses of Jamrock? Come to plead for work where the union refuses to? Yeah, I guess. Scabs, she raises her brow. You huddled massive. Don't let her answer. Katie, come here. Don't lie at me. You had a thing. Come here, boys. No, don't Nando's. Oh, she's Nando's. Kitty. Let's call them strike breakers. You put them there, right? If these strike breakers were organized by the Wild Pines or its affiliates, then There would be a company secret I could not share with you, not yet at least. It's implied she's open to discussing the matter with you at a later occasion. Thank you, game. One thing, you said something happened in the election. Glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous foreman of the union. She disappeared. Okay, we can level something. So I don't really know. This is just the level caps of the things, right? Our stat plus a thingy. So this thing's technically 4 because of this bullshit. Where do we put it? We can also get rid of some brain or make room for more brain. I think composure and volition were some of the things we were quite happy with. Yes, boys. But if perception lets us see a bunch of stuff in the world when we're just walking around. I don't know. Kitty, come here. Kitty. Logic's alright. Well, I think this is a case of Call of Cthulhu where some things just don't show up in the world to interact with if you don't have enough perception. So I'm kind of leaning that way. I don't know. I think perception, volition, and composure are some of the things we kind of need to make our guy not a fiend, I think. I don't know, but yeah, logic is also good. So is encyclopedia. These are nice. Kitty. Also, I kind of want to see, because when we get one of these really high, apparently you start getting a bit weird. Oh, hello, Rumpus. Kitty. Don't. Nando's. Perception or volition? What do you think, man? I'll pat Kitty while you think. We could say that since perception is our thingy, we put every other point in it. Yeah, I think so. And then we volition, perception, composure, perception, volition, maybe? Fuck it. Ah, Kitty! Ah, Kitty! Our perception is now 12. I think 10 is where you get the auto pass asses. Sorry. Yeah, we definitely need some volition as well, because that's what keeps us, like, not a moral asshole. There was a woman, the previous foreman. She disappeared. Disappeared? Yes, on the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore. Coming back to work, ever. End of story. This forewoman, her name? Her name? Sadly, the company records do not even give a name. She's just forewoman in private correspondence. Holly, I don't know if that was a sir or given name. I don't have access to the Onion's files. Eerie. Downright haunting, if you ask me. The Wild Pine suspect foul play. But what could they do? It was an Onion matter. The point of presentation is these kinds of things. What happens around the clear? Watch out when you're dealing with him. Thank you for your concern, man. We'll be just fine. That's all I need to know. Let's change the subject. I've talked to Claire, man. You have, she smiles carefully. And how did you like Mr. Claire? I would like these marked with sarcasm. For a socialist, he's reasonable. I didn't. Oh, come now. He has his uses. How else could you have stayed in power all these years? Oh, wait, actually, she answers her own question. Corruption, that's how he's done it. Fantastic worm-like corruption reaching into the bowels of the earth. She looks at the ground and nods. The positions of my unusual colleague does not reflect official policy. I hope you understand. The Elysium does not pick sides. Of course. And I don't expect you to share anything he told you with me. I'm not a corrupt worm myself, she turns to you. However, do you feel like discussing something? How could I stop you? Are we not human? Are we not curious to hear another person's take? It's only natural. We would only be, she smiles, gossiping. So that other guy seemed like a complete twat. She seems reasonable, so she's probably the bigger asshole. That's usually how stories are set up, but let's see. Tell her she'll like you for it. I helped him turn up the heat on the borscht. I thought we said no to that. We don't really have any leads on the gun here. And we didn't ask for him. Something else for now, if you don't mind. Of course, detective, she simmers down. Should something come up later down the road, don't be afraid to drop by for a chat. Katie. Katie. Fuck. Why are you so Nando's? What's a min then? What's a min? You're on a boat. Oh, yes I am. She looks at the deck under her feet. Green and white sails flutter overhead. Text from videos? What? Oh, I see. Kitty. I'll get on that once. Kitty, fuck. I'm having a break in another half hour. Kitty. Okay, she's huffing now. Ah! What's the meaning? Oh, you shed so much. Fucking hell. Not a lot of people on boats, are there? Of course there are, she looks around. We're on an archipelago. How else are you supposed to get around? Wait, we're on an archipelago? Look around. Yes, we are, she raises her brow. We call it La Calilu, ass. Still, I haven't seen anyone else ass around the boat around here. I haven't seen anyone else drive a cooped-up Cooper's Canubador motor carriage either. Actually, if it becomes defensive, the motor carriage has been specially issued to serve as a patrol pursuit vehicle. It's for crossing long distances in greater peripheral industrial harbour. It's not a toy. Neither is this. The woman pats the cabin hardtop. A toy, I mean. It's a machine for crossing long distances in the Bay of Rashuel. Between the city and the islands. Does he have a name? The boat? No, I call it Code Light 19 because of the type of sloop it is. What kind of sloop? It's a pleasure craft, a 19 pacer. It's also happening to be rated for Category 1 racing, though these days I mainly use it for business. Alright. How do you like it? My sloop? I like it a lot. Her lips curl into a wry smile. It's the eel's hips, babby. I'm enjoying this part of the interview. It has so little to do with the murder we're investigating. I really do, the lieutenant thinks. Is he thrown off yet? He looks at the woman, assessing her. Yeah, so we wouldn't have gotten this if we hadn't asked this. I think handling the boat thing. Don't tell me about the lynching. Do you think I'm afraid? False signs for a moment, conveying something? Hmm? The information I'm about to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers. Shit. Of course, ma'am, we should have introduced ourselves. Lieutenant hands a piece of plastic. I'm Lieutenant Kitsuri from Precinct 56. This is my Colin from Precinct Thingy. Detective Du Bois. I'm afraid Harry doesn't have his badge at the moment. Hope mine will suffice. Oh, what happened to yours, detective? She returns the lieutenant's badge and turns to you. Remember what my partner said? I recently suffered from an unusual medical episode. My lost badge was related to it. I see, she looks increasingly worried. So you're saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode? I could have eaten it for all I know. Yes. I can't hear you, darling. Please speak up. It's possible after a night of heavy drinking, I lost all memory of my life and the thing. Oh dear, she sighs with confused and sadness, even some kind of elephantastic amnesia. Don't even know how to respond. I do believe you, naive as that may sound. I simply can't imagine you gain by faking such a condition. As I said, ma'am, the lieutenant interjects. His technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM. Of course, sympathy from amnesia. This is a red one. We can't share anything with the ads. I think we have some suggestion clothes we can put on, don't we? Okay, I'll find somehow. Let's ask something else. So I don't know if the red check will be there again if we come back to it. Let me be perfectly clear. The situation is extremely volatile. The sooner we can speak about the lynching business, the better for all of us. Seem to be rich. Can I give you some money? See if I can have some sympathy clothes. Was it empathy that we were rolling? Ah shit, I forgot now. No, it was suggestion, wasn't it? Yeah, let's put the suggestion hat on. Yeah. Right. Let's give it an ass.
Good. What can I help you with?
Take but strike. No, that's not one. Don't tell her you met him right away. About my missing badge again? How do I negotiate my way out of this? Come on. Oh, nice. Fuck. She's a negotiate. Just float a favor at her. Insinuate. Surely there's some way to demonstrate our law enforcement credentials. God damn it. I'll be frank with you. She puts down her thermocop. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify my it to my superiors. They're going to want something very tangible. You're in, but expect her to drive a hard bargain. Like what? Reports from inside Terminal B suggest there was a hub for local drug trade. There's an open secret in mayonnaise. The union controls the terminal, so it goes to reason. They're profiting from the trade. The company have tried looking into the matters before to no avails. Perhaps someone with your authority resources might turn out the right stones. Well, I mean, we don't really we didn't want to work for Mobster Guy, but binning a bunch of drug stuff will be good, I think, even if it's for some ass. Always picks the cup back up. You can recover your badge, so I may be blunt with you. It sounds like you maybe a lost cause. Detective Lieutenant closes his notebook. A word in private before we continue. Excuse me for a moment. Yes, my sir. Put my do corpse on back on again.
This is not going quite as I hoped it would, Detective.
How did you hope it would go? Honestly, I was expecting you to say to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance, and now, and you know, not volunteer to be us to be her henchman. Really, so we're her henchmen now. This woman is running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along, or simply an adept improviser. Either way, we played straight into her hands. Are you suggesting we don't investigate the drug trafficking? No. If there's reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. Otherwise, we could claim we're siding with the union, or we on their take. We'd never hear the end of it. What I propose is we ask her, then investigate briefly. Here, Justice Glasses, but do not share the outcome of the investigation with her. We tell her it's done and demand for information on the lynching. Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Tell me about the drugs. It's quite straightforward. Someone is using Terminal B to smuggle raw ingredients for some own isolationer into Ravashiol with the union's blessing. Wild Pines has suspected it for years. Ingredients for what, ma'am? Meth, dextroamphetamine, GBL, and various synthetic psychedelics. Honestly, is our thingy gonna pipe up again? Might be quicker if say what they can't make from it. Yeah, electrochemistry coming up. They come from through the terminal. Yes, and after they clear terminal, we lose track. The actual production is taking place at various sites and around the Jamrock Quarter north of here. Wild Pines seems to be well appraised of the local drug trade, ma'am. Do you mean to say the union also produces the product, sells drugs, I mean? We're in logistic, it's our business to know, and know, as far as the company knows, the union does not produce it, they transport the ingredients for a cut. You want us to investigate? Yes, but it won't. You won't get anything out of Everett and the Dock Workers Union. Still, Jason's bony finger. Every chain has its weak link. An easy one. Maybe a lion. What do you mean? The lorry is the street. Someone needs to move the ingredients from the harbor to the city. Once they reach Jamrock, they distribute a network of local manufacturers beyond like. Oh. So either racist man, or the guy that seemed alright and didn't want to go away from his lorry, which is suspicious because he would be watching over what's in there. The foul trouser guy. How convenient that they're stranded like beached whales on that roundabout. Perhaps you've noticed a number of lorries tangled in traffic jam and roundabout just now. Interview the drivers, they're still hanging about. One of them might be waiting for a crucial shipment. He gives you a knowing look. Her irises are light green, like a river Esperance in bright daylight, upstream where it's clearer. Thank you, perception. I'll be explicit. If you find this driver, I'll share company secrets with you. It's no coincidence the lorries are stranded there, is it? No, we asked East Motor Track to raise the drawbridge, and the road company is a partner of one of our subsidiaries. However, she pauses, looking at the sea. This is a limited time opportunity. Once the complaint has been processed by the trade committee, we'll have no choice but to lower the drawbridge, and the operation will continue. She looks north. Thousands of liters of raw ingredients will pour into the streets of Rashel, not the east, not across the river, but west, the vulnerable, the weary. Well, at least this solves one mystery. What's that, Lieutenant? Why I had to call East Motor Tract and beg them to open the drawbridge for me. I'd wondered since I first drove in on my motor carriage. Yeah. There's a few people with tattoos, I think. Sorry for the inconvenience of tending Kitsurugi, but we need them to be trapped here. It's a unique opportunity, I'm sure you understand. We always have some suspicions that... Well, no, we weren't supposed to tell her that, were we? Why didn't you come to the RCM's thingy earlier? We did, on more than one occasion. Apparently there's some sort of inter-precinct disagreement about those jurisdictions. I see, the pissing contest. We know that the company has launched its own probe into the union's alleged involvement. We also know that it's come up empty and it's not just the RCM. No one wants to be able to find any hard evidence. Wellesley smiles and points towards the roundabout. There's your chance, officer. What proof do you have that the union is involved? How do you think they're financing this strike? There are thousands of unpaid dock workers going through the 4th month straight. There was a shakedown of local businesses preceding the strike. Many were squeezed into bankruptcy to fund it. I don't think that was a lorry. The one that jumped over. It was a like a small car that was light enough to not be binned, so I don't think it had any cargo. If that's the one you're thinking of, Squeech a Gulk. Second, local business preceding the strike. Many were squeezed in bankruptcy to fund it. With all due respect, in these these desert cacti, the contents of a few cash registers cannot provide for 2,000 men. The local businesses can scarcely provide for themselves. I think the strike is being funded with source ingredients for drugs. Precisely, smuggled out of this very gate at night, most likely, then loaded into lorries and driven to Jamrock. Simply need to find one driver who will open up to you. Flas, were you a great hero today, Rumpus? Did you bring Sia, Slayer of Moths? Well, of course there's another one. He came looking for his wife that was missing suddenly. We have a suspicion about one of the lorry drivers. Those two might even be connected. Or not, so if you have evidence on the contrary, I'm eager to hear it. As eager as I am to share it, Lieutenant, once the job is done. Sure, let's help you. Yes? I'll accept this case, probe the drivers and see what it yields. The jam mystery, excellent. She takes a long sip of tea. According to my report, there are at least 3 lorry drivers lingering near the roundabout. Hopefully one of them will know something. It may come to nothing, or... yes. I think the Borscht guy is a cover and a guard for the drug lab, which is likely in the back door of the thing. And keep the drawbait up for a few more days. At least you should have the time you need. In the meantime, let me know if there's any way I may be of assistance. He takes a long sip from seemingly bottomless thermal cup. You seem to be smart. I need someone to give me a download on this reality we're in. This reality? She pulls her hood closer around her neck. It's related to the medical episode. I have trouble remembering even the most basic terms of reality. Fuck. Ah yes, the episode. Sounds like a cute case of intercolablia. Now the finger obviously puts down her thermocop and looks at you. Don't be phased, madam. Functions perfectly well. Thank you, Kim. Only needs a lowdown of all of reality. Maybe not so thank you, Kim. We may be here a while. Takes a long sip of tea. Ask away, officer. Help however we can. Alright, we're in. I want to know all... These all look good, but begin with the first, okay? Damn. Where are we? We're in Montanese. Baby? Baby? Canal term of endearment popular in the 50+ crowd. It's a disco holdover, pay it no heed. I think I may be a disco holdover myself. Ha, she smiles, aren't we all? What is mayonnaise? Mayonnaise is a district of Rapshall. She looks around, her green raincoat flapping in the wind. A very small district tucked away near the industrial harbour, north of the 881 and Jamrock. You would be excused for not knowing about it. Unimportant, they say, forgotten even. Shelled to smithereens during the revolution. She shrugs. It has its charms, just not this time of year. Tell me more about the mayonnaise. I'm not a good ambassador. I've only been here once before as a teenager, and not a lot has changed. She closes her eyes. There are ruins, terminal, fishing boats, reeds, boys with boxy shoulders. She opens them. This place used to be a province, a workers' resort. before the city swallowed it, and the artillery did its work. The reeds are all the real star of the show here now. The further down the coast, the wilder it gets. Mention the sea. What sea is it? It's not really a sea, it's a bay of Rurashul. The bay feeds into the ocean. Are we near the ocean? Yes, we are on the island in the ocean. And the world's largest body of water, the Insulindic. The Nigel chimes in. Inland Empire. This is basically Nigel. I think if you level this, like, stupidly, you get to see supernatural shit, which I'm kind of interested in if we do a replay. What's the name of the island? Callaloo, as you already know. She looks at the waters. Imagine a pebble, smoothes over pebbles. Admissible. Yeah, because if we spec into something like that, we can also make him completely socially retarded. So he just, like, there's a bunch of pitfalls and stuff as well. Like, logic is the one that they say Sherlock Holmes is the big man of. Analyze living daylights out of the case, enables you to piece together information, detect inconsistencies in statement, and impress everyone with your astonishing conclusions. It's bread and butter of main detective. At high levels, logic will be able to solve even the most complicated puzzles. You'll be very proud and thus susceptible to intellectual flattery. For those blinded by their own brilliance, often miss important clues. With low levels of logic, you're going to have a hard time solving the simplest puzzles. Even if you find the pieces, good luck putting them together. So I think we actually do need a bit more logic. It's at 2 right now due to this. So that's on the rolls, that's 2 to 12, so that would be what, 4 to 14 we can roll on that possibly. If we got 2 more in this, that would probably be nice. That might be our next one. Actually. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of really cool stuff. I think you can basically make a preacher if you do rhetoric, authority, and suggestion. That way you can just fucking shove your will into people. Anyway. Misshapen crack and cracks on River Esperanza. And Delta at the river, 6 priests, a Maltese distributary. I'm not sure what the setting is based on, or if it's something they've just pulled out of their ass for this game. I like it, but I feel like there's too many names of places, often in the same sentence. I'm not sure if that's to throw you off. It would be nice when we've had stuff explained, if it would light up. And you can mouse over it and get a little box, like some games do, in the dialogue. But then again, some of this might be wrong and characters telling us bullshit. So what we assume about things might be important. So they can't really do that, because a box like that would confirm the truth of things. That's what I'm saying. What about Rashul? It's what you call a city. What kind of city is Rashul? It's the great kind. Great just means big, I'd like to point out. As if self-explanatory, beyond patriotism, a fact. What makes Rashul great? History detective. They built a city to resolve history. Our part in it, at least, are centuries. Okay, who built the city? The nations of the Orient are migrant workers from the Seminese and Finland, depending on your creed. When was Rashul built? In the DeLorean century? 380 years ago. And why will it resolve history? They say it is where terrible question of our time will be answered. The tension of the highest fault lines, the deepest. But that I mean conflicts, ideological conflicts, the stuff of men. Why here? Why are we standing on a fertile, self-sufficient island, able to sustain up to 200 million people, in the middle of the Insulindic Ocean? The world's connective tissue, she smiles. It's where the money is. Basically Mesopotamia, if it was in the sea, not flooded. So we're in the periphery, basically nobody's. Speak for yourself, officer. I'm well known in certain parts. As to this place, you're right, we are. Points across the water where the skyscrapers rise. A sparkle of light on the horizon, even like evening stars on the curvature of the planet. Aw. Yeah, I think the game expected us to do the corpse go here first. since I think this lady is tutorial lady. I think a lot of people get weird when you admit to not knowing things, but I think this lady is more lenient because we're supposed to talk to her in the beginning of the game. 22 kilometers from the center of the world, the soldering iron of the bank of the world building, the bottom floors in Surcom, coalition government, Insulanian mission command, look to see. Silence, she lowers her hand. The water, the light, it's as if you're seeing it for the first time. There's no recognition, only the immensity of the sea and the cold radiating from it. Yeah, so shivers is our like Inland Empire is a kind of supernatural sense, whereas shivers is sort of like our survival instinct. If we level this too high, I think we'll be afraid of everything, but we'll be ready for everything as well. Kinda like if the spider sense went off at absolutely everything. Where are we? Oh, well, we have no true answer to that, unfortunately, so watch it too closely, scan the horizon. Oh, you're right, yeah. You are correct. Oh yeah, Shivers and I think Inland Empire are the two Nigel ones then. High level Shivers may make you seem mad to the outside world as you listen to the city. You don't listen. Oh, this is the one that makes us talk to like inanimate objects and shit. It's probably the one that could convince the thingy to open. At high levels of Shivers you may seem mad to the outside world as you listen to the city. You don't listen to others. Your super superiors may begin to worry. With low Shivers, although you seldom hear the city speaking to you, and if you cannot hear it, how can you ever save it? Yeah. At high levels, half-light makes you ultra attuned to the world. It's perpetual fear of your own shadow, of someone else's name or scent. You'll be ready always to pounce and physically interrogate passerbys. At low levels, however, you'll find your survival instincts lacking. Your methods will be limp-wristed. Those who respect violence will not respect you. So what's this thing? Name after name, none of them familiar. Seems real. But something is wrong. Oh, that's that one, isn't it? We got another one, didn't we? What the fuck is the fifth Indomitable? Yeah, I think we're just sort of thinking these to bits. Yeah, we definitely need to unlock another ass here. Get that shit sorted. Okay, I'm gonna finish this conversation hopefully, and then I'm gonna take a small break. Because we're at 2 hours now. I have no true answer to give you now. Unfortunately, watch you closer. Scan the horizon. There's one thought you need to complete. Where are you? Inland Empire says that one is what we need to brain. Was there something more else you wanted to know? I remember something about a lowdown. It's been informative. Thank you, madam. I'm sure memory impaired partner will have many more questions to ask. Turn to you about even more fundamental aspects of reality. Might I suggest not asking them all right now? We'll be here later too, and tomorrow. Isn't that true, madam? Absolutely. My commitment to you is long term. But won't I be lazy if I don't do it all now? You're right, Lieutenant. I'll come back later. Nods. Better not to eat all your candy at once. Yeah, we're probably doing these forts. Will probably learn us a few things. Especially these. Thanks for that for now. We may ask her for some money. Okay, I'm going to save now, and I'm going to have a break of about half an hour or something like that. And then we will be back. I need a little bit of done nibbles right now, so it'll be slightly longer than it was before. So yeah, time for watching, and BBL.